please send positive vibes or whatever in the world you believe in. It probably won't work anyway, unless it's prayers. I believe in prayers. Please send that to me because I'm having surgery tomorrow. I'm gonna have my sense of humor removed, so please.
Short surgery.
Yeah, just it's real short. I mean, it's not much sense of humor anyway. All right, so maybe you guys are thinking to yourself, what do I do if my toilet doesn't work? Like your water's off, or I don't know, the end of the world has come, or whatever, and your toilet's just filling up, like it's like this, and you're just rising up, like how do I get this toilet to flush if my water's not working? Never fear. All right, let's demonstrate. Well, let's say that we've got some. Should we put the cat in there or the toilet paper?
Let's go with TP.
Okay. I thought you said the cat. Okay, so we put that in there, right? And you're like, how do I make that flush?
Look at that. We can't get it down.
I can't because the water's
Should have
off.
done correct TP.
But if you just get a bucket of water, watch this. Let's see if it goes down.
Go.
Ready? And look at that.
Even the cat's impressed.
That is impressive. And you notice it didn't fill back up because that's how life works. So there's a P-trap underneath that. And a P-trap, for those of you that don't know, means this. You got the toilet, and it's got water like this, and it comes down and up and then back down. And so it levels across at a certain level, and you're just forcing that to go down, and then it'll...
And whatever's left over, the cat can drink.
Yeah, right, the cat loves it. And maybe we'll be like, uh-oh, looks like somebody else had to use the bathroom. No worries, just bucket it. And you can get this water from anywhere. You can get it from the rain, or the pool, or other places. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something.
Thank you so much, John.
You're welcome. All right, sometimes I see stupid things and I need to share them with everybody. So let's say you're driving along in this neighborhood. All of a sudden, they've got what they call a roundabout. Let's just take a look here. There's a yield sign for a roundabout. That's it. It's just something in the way, right? Like you can't even, you're not supposed to stop, but you're supposed to. It's ridiculous. Dumbest thing. All right, welcome to yet another episode of John Works Too Much. Today we're gonna learn how to do a circuit because we're right here at Breaker Box. It's gonna be a real small circuit, one outlet. All right, so we went through here and there's a grommet thing already. We cut a hole with our sheetrock saw. It's pretty much, we just took this, traced it with that, and then boom. All right, it's not really rocket surgery. Then, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to hook this up, put it in a new breaker, and then we're gonna hook this up and put it in an outlet. So first we're gonna do the outlet part of this, okay? So, boom. Sure, you got anything you want to talk about while we're doing this?
John, when are you getting your vaccine?
My vaccine? Never! Yeah, why would I get something? You know what I really hope? I hope that everybody wears jackets this year so I don't get cold.
Right.
I went to Africa, right? And I had to take malaria medicine because, you know, you're in Africa. Everybody around me had malaria, but I wasn't worried about it. You know why? Because I was taking the medicine and the medicine worked. I didn't have to be like, for my medicine to work, everybody else has got to take their medicine too. That's not how science works. It's dumb. Okay, so, so stupid. You don't believe in science? What are you, some kind of blah blah? I'm like, what are you, some kind of idiot? This isn't real science. Okay, look. So this just has some tabs, and when you screw those things in, the tabs come up, and it pinch the sheetrock, and then it doesn't come out. All right, now we want to make sure the breaker's off. You know how I know the breaker's off? Because it's not freaking hooked up. Pretty simple. Hold on, I'm gonna get another place. It's about as sharp as a bowling ball. Okay, so here we go. Ready? Boom. All right, you cut all this garbage off. Okay. That wasn't too hard. Now we're gonna strip it back some. Okay. Same thing over here. You got a black, white, and a ground. Let me see where the outlet is right here. Black, white, and a ground. Okay. Your ground goes to your green. The silver screws are white, so it can go backstabbing in, which this isn't because it's 12 gauge wire, or on either one of these screws, and that's all your whites. And then your blacks go where the brass screws are, or in the backstabbers. But once again, it's not going to work there because it's 12 gauge wire, not 14 gauge wire. So you just turn one of these suckers around like this, and then boom, tighten it up. It matters that connections are tight. Why is that?
I don't know.
Because otherwise you get sparks and arcs and fires and things like that. You don't want that. You're better than that. Okay. So, silver screws, white wires. White is your neutral, black is your hot. Okay.
Okay.
Obviously, we're doing this out in the county where it doesn't matter. Go government. Whatever the question is, Trevor, more government is the answer. I made a shirt that said that the other day, and people are like, but it's not. I'm like, no kidding. Really?
I hear you love the government, John.
I hate it. Even though I'm running for Senate. It's the dumbest thing ever. All right. Sounds like I need a new bit in there, but in the interest of getting stuff done, we're not going to do that right now. Okay. So, there's the outlet part of this. You could also run this to many other outlets and switches, but we're not in this case. This is isolated. Okay, now, what can I touch and not touch in here? Good questions. Right here, this is a hot wire coming in. This is a hot wire coming in from your power lines, okay? The power lines come in from down low, which means they're underground, not overhead, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, there is. It's coming from, we got it coming off the,
They're coming from overhead?
yeah.
Well, either way, they're coming in from the bottom of the meter, so congratulations. So you got these coming in. There's a hot power. There's a hot power. You see there's a lug nut that holds it. Then it connects to this metal bar right here that then goes back and forth like jack-o'-lantern teeth all the way down. 110 over here, another 110 over here. You put them together. That bridges two different things. That becomes 220, okay? It's not really rocket surgery. This is a ground bar right here. See this big thick wire? That goes down into a ground rod that goes down to the ground 10 feet. This is your neutral bar. See how all your white wires are on your neutral bar? Here's a bit of fun fact. This is always connected to that because your ground and neutral are basically the same thing. Anyway, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna take this ground wire and then we're gonna come in here and then we're gonna put it in to the ground bar, okay? Don't touch that. Don't touch these screws and don't touch the end of those black wires. You will regret it. A lot of people are shocked to find out I'm not a very good electrician.
Why is that?
Because it's shocking.
Silence.
I am just guessing. I watched a YouTube video on the way over here, and I'm pretty sure I'm doing it wrong. We're about to find out. What do you think?
I have no clue.
So see that? It's tight. That's good. And it's out of the way. It doesn't look all like a sloppy mess. Like I'm some kind of a monkey. Okay, then we want to get over here. And once again, I'm not touching the parts that matter. Trim some of this garbage back so we can actually do our work. Stick that sucker in there. There's room right there for it. Okay, so yellow wire like that, that's 12 gauge. Okay, so 12 gauge is for 20 amp breaker. White wire is 14 gauge, orange wire is 10 gauge, and then the bigger wires are usually black. So, ground bar, neutral bar, ground wire, neutral wire is your white one. Now, how do we put the breaker on? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, we got a breaker right here, okay? Make sure it's in the off position. That's on, that's off. There's a screw, there's a place for it to go. Gotta loosen it first, because, you know, science. Real science, not freaking COVID science. Old crap. So see it's opening up that thing down there? I don't know if you can see that. Now, we're gonna put that in there and tighten it up. Is it tight? Yes. Good. All right. Now, this like clips in on that side. This dumb wire's in the way. And straddles it. And boom, we turn it on. Let's plug something in. You got your warm drive still?
Yeah,
All right. Let's see if I did it right. Beautiful. Didn't even trip or anything. Beautiful. And that's how you do a breaker. Kind of circuit and whatever. So hope you learned something.
That's fantastic.